Right, so we're going to draw the graph of the function itself. So draw the graph of the function itself, okay? Look at it right there, just so you will take a look at it. Look at what you have for the quiz. And here you have an example. I'm doing an example, a similar example. So on your paper, you copy the graph and you join the points to get the graph. Okay, freehand. So here you have the curve. Okay, let me just highlight it a little bit for it to look more visible. Okay, format shapes. All right, a little thicker. So that's the graph. We want the inverse of this. Okay, so therefore now what you do, you identify key points on it. But first of all, you have to draw the line y is equal to x. The line y is equal to x is the mirror line. Okay, the mirror line. To draw the mirror line, all you need to find is to identify key points. Here it is done already. Y is equal to x. We use minus 20 equal minus 20. 0 equals 0, 0, 0 is very important. That's one of the main points you have to put for line y is equal to x, and 40, 40. The reason why I started with minus 20 because the domain of the function here it is start at negative 20, and the range, the domain ends at 40. So that's why I start at negative 20 and 40 for my x, for the line y is equal to x, passing through 0, 0. Okay, and then you're drawing the line y is equal to x, which is the mirror line. Okay, so here it is, the mirror line, the line y is equal to x. Okay, now you're going to identify key points on the function itself so you can draw the reflection. The first point is minus 20, so that's 10 minus 20, 5. 5 is halfway between 0 and 10. Minus 20, 5. All right, so that's where we did it for another one already, but we have a new one, minus 20, 5. Minus 20, 5 turns to 5, minus 20. All right, minus 20, 5 turns to 5, minus 20. So look, 5 right there, minus 20. So look at the first reflection point for the inverse function. And as you can see, that's you can see right across the mirror line like a reflection. The next point is 0, 10. 0, 10 becomes 10, no, 0, that's not 0, 10. That's 0, 15. You see where it is, halfway between 10 and 20. So that's 15. 0, 15. 0, 15 becomes 15, 0. Reflection. And you plot 15, 0. This is 10. That was from the previous example, but now we have 15, 0. Okay, so that's what you do for the inverse of the graph. Then we move on to our next point on the function itself, 30, 45. See where it is halfway between 40, 50, 45. 30, 45 becomes 45, 30. Oh, so that's 0, 15. 30, 45. 30, 45 becomes 45, 30. All right, and then we plot 45, 30. Where is 45? Look, 45 there. 45, 30. We're going to plot 45, 30. Okay. Right. 45, 30. Right there. And you see it across from the mirror line, opposite the mirror line is a reflection. The next point on the curve we see is 40, 80. 40, 80. 40, 80 becomes 80, 40. Okay, and that's it. 80, 40, 80 becomes 80, 40. And here you have it. These are the points for the inverse, and then you just join those points, and you're going to get a reflection now for the function itself. Okay, and that's what you do to draw the inverse function. So we're going to start at 5, -20, 15, 0, 45, 30, and 80, 40. Okay, so here you have it. Let us just call a code so that it shows a reflection. Okay, and the next question now, just to complete, it says to state the domain and the range of the inverse. So here's the inverse. That brown line curve, there's the inverse. The domain are the x values, starting from 5 to 80. The domain of the inverse is from 5 to 80. As you can see, 5 to 80. That's the domain of the inverse. The domain of the inverse is from 5 to 80. And the range of the inverse now, because the domain is from left to right, the domain is from left to right. The range is from down to up. -20 to 40, that is the range of the form of the inverse. Okay, so, but domain generally is from left to right, 5 to 80, and range is from down to up, -20 to 40. Okay, and it's actually the domain of the function. The range of the inverse is the domain of the function, -20 to 40, -20 to 40. Okay, because you can look at it. -20 to 40 is the domain of the function. Look at it. -20 to 40, that's the domain of the function, and it turned into the range of the inverse. -20 is like a swap inverse. Okay, so here you have it. That's what you do for the final question in the quiz C.